Any other reports or comments from volunteers serving the community? All right. Next on the agenda is public comment. The public comment period will be limited to a total of 30 minutes. An additional period of public comment is reserved later in the meeting. Individuals requested to limit their questions to comments to 3 minutes. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized, come to the microphone, and provide your name for the record. All right. Next on the agenda is the manager's report. Mr. Brewer.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple follow-up items, or a few, follow-up items from the prior meeting. One, there was some concerns expressed over safety issues at the Glens. Met with the chief of police, and he said they were aware of them and engaged. I hesitate to discuss further, and he didn't really give me more details on that because it's law enforcement activity, but they are aware of it and they are engaged on the issues that have been presented to them. Additionally, even though they're actively patrolling, they're going to add some. They agreed to add patrol the day after the last council meeting, so that was addressed there. The rail trail crossings, as discussed at the last several meetings, I shared the council's concerns again regarding the crossings on the heavily trafficked roadways with Mr. Vitz. He shared information about what was included in the plans and agreed, based upon all the discussion, to come and discuss matters with the council and the public, so that way there can be a presentation and a dialogue directly with the horse as opposed to running through the manager. Last item from the prior meeting, there was some discussion regarding the intersection of the Boulevard and Hopper. Again, I discussed with Mr. Vitz, as directed, the inquiry regarding a flashing light. His response was if the intersection is to be signalized, it would need to be signalized, which would be a full signal. Approximate cost would be $400,000, half of which would need to be borne by the township. Obviously, any stop signs or the flashing stop signs on the municipal roads would be outside of the county engineer's jurisdiction, so I asked Public Works to come up with an estimated cost associated with that, and if the council so desires, the 4 stop sign can be replaced in part or in full with flashing stop signs. I await any direction the council wants to get.
At a much cheaper cost.
It's a much cheaper cost than a signal, no doubt.
If we gave you that direction, would you end up working with the residents?
Whatever the council wants me to do.
Where's there 4 stop signs?
There are,
Each side.
Yeah, I think we need 2 flashing and 2 regular. You know, the flashing where the normal stop sign is.
So it would be on the right side.
My apologies, I wasn't here last time. Where's this?
Hopper
and the Boulevard.
No, I know where that is, but why are we putting a light there again? Thought we took a light out.
Well, the light came down by a tractor trailer, the flashing light.
Right, and they said they weren't going to put it back up.
Right, and now there's been a few accidents. There was an accident with Mr. Shammer, then a week later there was an accident, so we thought maybe flashing stop signs would be the next thing. I don't want to see a traffic light there.
No, we don't need any more traffic lights, but if we start putting flashing stop signs, we're going to have them all over town.
And what did they say
If people don't stop
about...
at stop signs.
And what did they say again about
I think we should try the flashing stop signs.
Blinking lights aren't an option.
Are they the ones
I think
that go off when people approach the intersection?
Most
We can make that request.
I'm not familiar with, and I'm not saying they don't exist, I'm not familiar with proximity activated signs. I'm familiar with signs that can be set for different brightnesses or even turned off at a certain time of day.
Yeah, they have all at lead municipalities. I was actually looking into them. So they got a lot less expensive. The proximity stuff is starting to work now, which is really good, which also might be a good thing for rail trail. So remind me to bring that up when he gets here. But yeah, instead of it blinking all the time, it's solar operated, it's got a battery backup, and as the car or the mass approaches, big mass because of a car, it'll start blinking. I don't know how far away, but
yeah, and like I said, I'm not saying that, I just haven't seen them personally.
And I'd like to
Obviously, the stop
research
signs
that, but
will
poll the residents, too, in the areas.
Did we paint like big letters on the ground that says stop ahead?
We did the graduated lines to try to denote
We have rumble
the presence.
strips. We tried rumble strips, right?
I'd like to see 2 flashing and leave the 2 regular.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
thinking.
mean 2 regular
I'll see your
stop
2 and
signs
raise
and
your
2
2.
flashing? Yeah, we don't need 4, 2.
No. Whatever the council wants.
We need 2.
I vote for
let's get
2.
prices first.
Yeah,
We got prices,
We got prices,
$10,000 for 4.
I say we do 2 and see what
10
happens.
grand for 4 blinking.
yeah, as long as we can,
See, that's a deal.
if we can program it like that.
Compared to what it was a couple years ago, it's $5 grand a pop.
Whatever the council directs.
You got at least 3.
I would like to try the Anybody else like to try this?
Yes.
One?
I'm fine with 2 and 2.
Two.
2 flashing, 2 regular?
And the
I'm
two,
thinking we're gonna have flashing signs all over town at this point if we start, but that's my
Well, this,
humble opinion.
only because people have asked for this. We have a lot of,
Yeah, it
and
was a
then there's
serious
just
accident
another
the other
accident
day.
there. People are coming through. I don't know why they're not stopping. But you're right.
We need it on Tilly
I hope
too.
they stop this time, but
so I will have 2 flashing stop signs installed where the sign traditionally would be, which would be on the right side of the road if you're approaching the intersection. And
Yeah.
the one across on the other side will leave a normal stop sign.
And we would prefer the...
So wait, is
not
this
the con-
coming
not
down the boulevard
continuous.
or out Hopper?
No, we can't stop people on the boulevard. This
Right.
is Hopper on either
This-
side.
Okay, got it.
We would prefer, correct, the flashing only when the car is approaching,
correct.
Yes.
We would prefer that.
Proximity, active.
Right.
rather than flashing 24 hours a day.
Yeah, because they're not going to be happy.
Yeah, quite annoying for the people that live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the idea.
Mountain Avenue reconstruction. This evening, the council has for its consideration the award of a bid in the amount of $308,174.75, which is supported by roughly $250,000 of a DOT grant for the reconstruction of Mountain Avenue, which includes curbs and sidewalks. And lastly, we have a discussion item this evening regarding an unintended consequence of the updated zoning ordinance and map. Unless there's any questions, that is some of my report.
So we're going to talk about this later.
That's a discussion item, yes.
What is it?
This
The
zoning map.
Zoning map.
Oh, so the Mountain Ave work, when would that happen, if we say go?
We're hoping June.
Yeah, it sounds like he's ready to go.
2023?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought we moved slow.
No.
Oh, okay.
This-
I looked at the ship.
Frank's
I feel
report
like a race,
says
I don't like that.
Frank's,
That's what you need.
Frank's report says they're ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're good. We award, they're ready to rock and roll. I didn't get out.
Next on the agenda is public hearing on ordinance number 2023-07. Ms. Marsh.
Ordinance 2023-07 is an ordinance amending Chapter 340 of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Pequannock and providing for an additional stop intersection at Woodland Place and Elm Road.
Are there any comments from council? Nope. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
Make that motion?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. If anyone in the audience has any questions or comments on this ordinance, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record. No. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Dreesy?
Yes.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Cole?
Yes. Next on the agenda is public hearing on ordinance number 2023-08. Ms. Marsh.
Ordinance number 2023-08 is an ordinance providing for various capital improvements in and by the Township of Pequannock in the County of Morris, State of New Jersey, and appropriating the sum of $3,396,000 for financing thereof.
Any comments from council? Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. If anyone in the audience has any questions or comments on this ordinance, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
I'm sorry, who seconded that?
Right.
Mr. Hurd.
Thank you. Mr. Dreesy?
Yes.
Mrs. Florence Lynch? Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Cole?
Yes. Next on the agenda is introductions for ordinances. Ms. Marsh.
Ordinance number 2023-09 is an ordinance establishing minimum and maximum salaries and pay rates for designated officials and employees of the Township of Pequannock.
Mr. Brewer, any comments?
This is an annually approached ordinance that provides the legislative authority to pay non-represented staff. As in the past, anything that is changed is bold. And if there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, this is the ordinance.
Are there any comments from council? Looks good.
Nope.
Is there a motion to introduce this ordinance on its first reading?
I'll make, go ahead. John did it.
Second?
Me and Melissa.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mr. Dracy?
Yes.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Cole?
Yes. Next on the agenda, items for resolution. Mrs. Marsh.
Beginning with Resolution R 2023-113, authorizing the execution of a shared services agreement between the Township of Pequannock and the Borough of Lincoln Park for fire subcode official services from May 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2026. Resolutions R 2023-114 through 117 all have the same title, which is providing for the insertion of a special item of revenue in the 2023 budget pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-87. The first is for Lincoln Park Fire Inspection Services, second for Booton Health Services, third for Stormwater Assistance Grants, and 117 is for the Recycling Tonnage Grant. And then moving on to R 2023-118, authorizing the discretionary award of a contract for a center post variable message sign in the amount of $21,500 to Certified Speedometer Service. 2023-119, awarding a contract for the reconstruction of Mountain Avenue Boulevard to Newark Pompton Turnpike for the total contract amount of $308,174.75 in accordance with the bid specifications. 120, authorizing submission of permit and certification applications in connection with the Wells 1 and 2 PFAS treatment project. 2023-121, approving change order number 3 for the Martin Berry House renovation project, decreasing the contract with Drill Construction of West Orange, New Jersey by $2,395 to a revised contract price of $737,917. And R 2023-122, authorizing payment of the itemized claims is set forth on the May 2nd, 2023 bill list and May 4th, 2023 2018 FEMA elevation escrow list.
All right. Thank you.
I thought I did a pretty good job.
You did. Great job.
Very well there.
You bundled a few there. I might be cheating.
Hey, your standards are ridiculous.
Are there any comments on the resolutions from council?
Yeah, I got a quick question. Resolution R 2023-118, so the speedometer sign, this is one of the movable ones, correct?
I think it's on the trailer that says your speed is.
Yeah, it's the
Is that
trailer.
right?
This is a large message board that's being supported by the Najako grant
Right.
that was obtained through the health department.
Excellent. And so how many signs do we have now? Or is this the only?
2.
This will be the second.
Two, okay.
But from what I read, the one that we have is on its way out.
It's exceeded, it's
useful
obsolete
life?
in
Yeah.
terms of its technology, but we're able to keep it and use it for some things.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
We'll keep it as long as we can.
As long as it works.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions or comments from council? Is there a motion to adopt these resolutions?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolutions R 2023-113 through R 2023-122.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Dracy?
Yes.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Cole?
Yes. Next on the agenda is items for discussion, the zoning map amendment.
Mayor, if I may, as the council is aware, there was a new master plan adopted in December of 2019. One of the first orders of business when a new master plan is implemented is a recommendation to update the zoning code. A couple of year period took place. We had some unfortunate incidents with the passing of one of the planners, and obviously COVID created some challenges. But nonetheless, the zoning ordinance was put into place, and the ordinance includes, or a subsequent ordinance includes identifying the map as the guiding document on, it's in the manager's report.
Okay.
There should be, the draft ordinance didn't make the packet, but bottom line, there was a lot that had previously been owned by the NYS&W Trail, and as a result of the prior ownership, it didn't reflect the sale to a private party. When the zoning ordinance and map was adopted, it brought it in as a conservation recreation zoned lot, when it really should be C1.
Oh.
So when the issue was brought to our attention by the property owner, planning staff, engineering staff, and Mr. Osteich and I reviewed the matter.
I'll tell you in a minute.
The goal was to to try to see if there were any other ones that had a similar situation. They were not identified at the time, but it's tough. There's lots of lots in the township of Pequannock. Lots and lots of lots.
So this is a small piece of property going down the turnpike towards Wayne. Once you
We don't
cross
have a copy of
over,
the map here.
once you cross over the
Okay.
tracks, it's that little triangle piece before there's a water softening in Jim Grant's accounting building. Right
Okay.
before, it's the building right before Old Orchard Village. It's Cosmo Laterza's building, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lot, yeah. This is an unapproved lot that's adjacent to and owned by him.
The lot by the,
It's on the same side.
Correct.
Yes. So now it's his lot.
It's between his where his building is and the trail.
Yeah.
oh, I know exactly where it is. Okay.
It's 1.15
Acres.
Gotcha, yeah.
So it was
Okay.
identified on accident as the wrong thing, not
As recreational.
as
When the
recreational,
planners
but
grabbed
it's his.
when the planners grabbed the base map data, it was taken and identified it as being owned by NYSW. It didn't
But it
reflect the
wasn't.
transaction. It was not. It was at the time
So it's
the zoning
definitely a
ordinance was put into place. It was owned by the private citizen.
Okay.
So the correction is an ordinance rezoning the property based upon the error associated with the preparation of the ordinance.
So taking
So it
it
was an
out
error.
of,
Yeah, it
taking
was
it
just
out
an
of conservative recreation and
Yep.
putting it into the C1 zone.
Right, which is consistent with the other lots on the
Which is what his lot next door is.
Correct.
Okay, I have no problem with that.
No
I
problem.
mean,
So if the council is amenable, we'll prepare the ordinance for introduction on May 23rd.
prepare the ordinance.
Thank you. That's
All
it.
right, there are no reports and notices for this evening. Next on the agenda is council reports and announcements. Councilman Dreesy.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of things. Shade Tree Commission met a few weeks ago. They are going through, as we talked about, I think before that, all of the letters that they got back with the tree planting. They were going to contact the residents that have asked to be contacted, so that's in the process, and they were going to order the trees. Historic Commission, District Commission met last week. They talked about the Pathways Tour, which was held on Saturday, which turned out to be very well. From what I hear from them, they were there all day, so that was good. Great day. It was a great day. It was a beautiful day, too. It was a beautiful Saturday in a long time, so I like that.
It was nice to see the sun.
Yeah, that big bright thing in the sky. A couple other things that they talked about. They're going to work, I guess, with the Rotary. The Rotary is having the Regional New Hampshire Volunteer Infantry group. I think Kyle, you may know more about that, but they're gonna I think walk with the Rotary this year, dressed up in their
In the parade.
yeah, in the parade, which will be nice. They talked about the hoedown. They're starting to set that up to go in there. And they did a little study on the Samuel Room House that's on the 60 Sunset parcel. It's not on any map, but there's some significance there. So the commission just put a little note together that they're going to submit to the zoning board about that. They talked about just some of the renovation on the Martin Berry House that's getting finished up.
What was the street, 60 Sunset?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's that. I understand also that a bunch of the high school sports teams are doing really well. So congratulations to the
Baseball's
kids.
doing great.
I don't know the exact, exactly what they've done, but I know the baseball team's been doing well. Softball team always does well. And I think the softball coach had her 500th win. if I'm
Yeah, I
not
did see
mistaken,
that.
which is huge. So congratulations to her. Actually, Memorial Day Parade's coming up, so hope to see everybody out there for that.
Are you driving?
Hoping.
Are you driving your truck?
I don't know if
The
I'm
Jeep?
driving or I'm walking with you. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
As long as you're not
Maybe we'll
driving
just
over.
drive with you.
Hop in. There'll be plenty of room.
Well,
so.
can we decorate it?
Sure.
Okay.
Talk to Shrey. He's in charge. I'm just providing the truck and trailer. Also, I want to send their condolences out to the gentleman that died on Route 23 yesterday. Just a bad accident. So, our condolences to the family, and also just pray for the truck driver too, because he's got to live with this for a long time. So just pray for him. And congratulations to our first responders for getting out there and doing the work. I believe they were out there all day, pretty much. So fire department, first aid squad, I think the DPW was out there cleaning up a little bit, right? Police was helping out police department. So thank you to them for their dedication to our town. I also want to say, I haven't said it, but just congratulations to, I just want to thank the DPW for just clearing all the roads. I know we didn't have a lot of snow this year, but they always do a great job just keeping our roads passable for us. And I know it's funny to talk about in May, but I haven't done that yet. So I wanted to say thank you to them, and I think that's it for me.
Thank you, Mr. Dreesen, Councilman Dreesen. Councilwoman Florence Lynch.
Okay, yes, just a couple of things. Economic Development Committee, they met on April 26th. They approved the Community Business District 2 letters. I believe they went out.
They did.
Okay. We went over the new business registration procedures that were put in place by the town. Thank you for that. That's already working well. We all got copies of 3 new businesses that we would not have known of before. We discussed the future letters to the other zoning districts that will be coming up, and we approved all the minutes from the prior meetings, which should have been forwarded to you, Carol.
They were.
Did you get them? Okay. There's a ribbon cutting coming up on May 15th, next Monday. I hope you can all be there. I think it's next Monday, the 15th. It's at 211 Turnpike at 5 p.m., and it is...
Defy gravity.
Yeah, Defying Gravity, or Gravity, yeah. It's a coffee tea house, gluten-free, dairy-free.
Yeah.
It's down by where the old Pals was down there. So.
Could have been working out a while.
And it was also proposed at that meeting, I don't know if anyone's discussed this with you, I know the Chamber's not here tonight, but it was proposed that the street fair come back, but be managed by the township as opposed to the Chamber. I don't know if that's something...
We do, it's called a hoedown.
I know. I'm just saying, I didn't realize that the street fair was canceled this year, and apparently...
Melissa, you can head that up.
They are no longer doing it. There are towns that do it.
Well, Mr. DeBeese, maybe to break down somewhere, I don't know, I'll have to follow up with him. He was going to make a presentation on what was going to be proposed for 2023.
Okay.
So I'll leave that for him to address.
Okay, maybe he'll come at the next meeting.
There's something about...
Our next meeting for Economic Development is Wednesday, May 26th. Our Senior Citizen Advisory meeting, they will be meeting up here in the conference room. I'm sorry, what?
26 is Friday. 24 is Wednesday.
For what? I'm sorry.
You said Economic Development Committee meeting?
I thought I said May 24th. If I said May 26th, I apologize. And the Senior Citizen Advisory meeting will be Wednesday, May 17th from 10 to 11. The New Bridge Gala is coming up on Thursday. I don't know if anyone else is going. I believe I'm going to have a proclamation to bring with me to that meeting. Okay. Also, we asked Carol at the last meeting to pull all the new applications since January 1st for committees, volunteer committees. There was only one. I'd like to recommend to appoint that person because they've been involved before and they're still involved. I don't know how everyone feels about it.
Yeah, Carol sent it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was for the flood committee.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
And there was one. I don't know how everybody feels about that, but there was one, and the person is participating, not as a member, but coming to the meetings because he put it in late because he wasn't sure he was going to do it, and there was an opening, and he decided to do it. So I don't know how everybody feels about appointments mid-year.
I didn't see it, so I have no say because I have no idea who you're talking about.
Can we report?
I'll let you look it up and
we'll
we can talk about it next.
Do you want to talk about it next meeting? All right. Maybe you can re-forward it? Sure. All right.
It's probably there, I just want to get and open it.
And the only other thing, and I know we were all copied on that letter about the clogged drain on One Darrier Drive that's being worked on or not resolved
I rode
yet.
by the other day and there was a
Yeah.
ton of trucks there, so I would imagine that's what they were there for.
Okay, great. And last but not least, let's see. I just wanted to mention someone in town that had passed away. Lou Piccoli, very involved in the town.
I gave Carol the obituary. He was a former mayor,
He's a former mayor,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm sure we'll put the bunting up.
Yeah, okay. That would be great. I believe his service is Friday at Scanlon's, and then something at Good Counsel on Saturday morning. And it's unfortunate, but I will be away Memorial Day weekend, and I will be far enough away that I won't be able to drive back for the parade.
Do you want me to make a bobblehead of you and put it on a stick?
There you go.
I'll hold it half the time.
Okay.
But it's the first time I'm missing it, but I will not be here. And that's it.
All right, thank you, Councilwoman Florence Lynch. Councilman Hurd.
Thank you, Mayor. One quick question, Melissa. Was there an opening date on the coffee tea place?
Yeah, it was,
Next Monday.
it's next Monday, the
Oh,
15th.
serious?
Yeah.
Wait, is that the one that?
Yeah, you're going.
Oh,
to.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah, I believe you're doing it.
I didn't
I have
realize that was the same place.
I have the scissors, I'll bring them to you.
Yeah.
Do you have the red?
The 15th, right?
Louise
Yeah.
has the ribbon.
I'll be there maybe by 6, but
Yeah, it's 5
Right,
o'clock.
it's 5 o'clock there. Okay.
I
Thank-
believe the official grand opening is the next morning, but she's doing a ribbon cutting the night before.
Okay.
As
Got
long
it.
as you're serving coffee, I'll be there.
Exactly, or tea. I can't wait to see what they have. We definitely need a coffee house or tea house.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Gluten-free desserts and lots of stuff, so.
Yeah, okay, so I had my open space meeting last night, but I won't talk about it because Joe did such a great job talking about it, so you're all filled in there. I also had First Aid Squad. They had 94 calls last month. Unfortunately, like John said, the event on Route 23, there were 6 First Aid Squad that assisted on that call. This Saturday is casino night, 6 to 11, $75 get in the door, and you get $60 worth of, I want to say, play money, so you can gamble your heart away.
And a great
It does
buffet.
come with drinking and food.
Does anybody know if they're definitely going?
I have baseball, so I'm going to go at 6, like right as they open, and then I'm going to run out because I think we go on either 7 or 7:30 right at Washington Park. So I'm just going to run
Yeah.
over there.
Okay.
And then I'll come back.
Family in for the wedding.
And I emailed Christine, I'm going to be away too.
Really?
I don't know if I'll be back or not. I thought I'd meet up, but I don't know. I'm going.
Well, I'll say hi to everybody on your behalf. John, if you'd like to join
You
me.
might see me at some.
No,
I don't know.
I'm not going to be here either. I let her know though.
I
Okay.
did too.
Well, just for everybody out there in YouTube land. It's wonderful.
Channel 77, which doesn't.
Channel 77.
It's a great event.
I
Don't
got
get
a question
Melissa
on that
started.
one.
Yeah, don't get me started on
I
that.
tell you. Also, October 7th, I know it's a long time away, but First Aid Squad's having their October Fest, so I'm very excited about that.
I was at the last one. That was
Yeah,
fun.
that was a good
They
one.
had a good
They're going to have
time.
3
That
bands,
was a great-
and
I went for the country band at the end. It was great.
but if you drink too much, you're cutting you off, just so you know.
I don't drink anymore.
Wow, you're a better person than I am.
You don't drink any less either.
I don't drink. Sorry.
Clarified that.
I have fake beer.
Yes, green beer. I'd like to congratulate Patrick Syansky. We were there.
Yeah, that was good.
That was great.
That was nice.
Another
We all
Eagle
made it
Scout.
too. That was awesome.
That was a once in a lifetime, right? All of us being there. But what's even more amazing,
And the assemblyman.
that's right. So just from Pequannock, Troop 144 has produced 82 Eagle Scouts, and my list goes back to 1962.
It's awesome.
That's pretty huge. I mean, you know, we're 7 square miles, 15,500 people, and we've got 82 Eagle Scouts. So that just goes to show that our program is very strong. That's awesome.
And growing.
And growing. Got this letter, I believe all of us did, but it was from the Township of West Milford, just thanking us for assistance. Not First Aid Squad, but Company 1, Company 2, you know.
Commander Fire.
About they called it the Canos Wildfire. I didn't realize it had a name, but again, just thanking all of our first responders. It's always a good thing. What else do I have? Oh, so I ran the other day, and I ran past Foothills Park, and there was this cool sign I had to run back for. And it was Pequannock Pollinator Garden.
Yeah, there's a Pequannock pollinator garden. They're having a
Who did that?
dedication. The environmental club. I
Oh,
told
really?
you last week.
Was I paying attention?
No.
Okay. Just so everybody knows, I love our councilwomen. No, but I mean, that's a great sign. That's a great sign. It's a great little place. I like what DPW is doing. That's a great idea. It's just really cool that that park over there is kind of evolving into something more than just a foothill.
Right. It's nice.
Snow sledding.
Sledding, yeah. I don't know if it's legal, but it would be great if somebody was to make trails. I'm just saying. So anyway, last but not least, Melissa, we went to the Treps over at, it was either Hillview, maybe it was Gerace, one of the schools last year.
North Boulevard, I think.
North Boulevard.
North Boulevard did
Right.
traps, yeah.
Yep.
So this year, Hillview is doing Treps, and it's on the 23rd, and it's from 5 to 7 p.m.
May 23rd?
May 23rd.
Okay.
And Treps is supposed to be short for entrepreneur, which is pretty cool.
Same night as the council meeting.
What was that date?
Yes. 5/23.
5/23.
And just
It's from 5 to 7.
5 to 7, yeah.
Before the council.
So you could hit it before you come over here. But just to show, my son is making these
Oh, gosh.
rocks with socks. All right, you're supposed to adopt a rock with sock, just so everybody can see it. And every time you adopt one, you get this wonderful, I want to say, a certificate of adoption that you're going to promise that you're going to take care of your pet.
I like that. That's so cute.
So it is a great thing. I think it's great for the kids. They're learning about
I still
entrepreneurism.
have glasses that I bought at North
Yeah,
Boulevard.
I think it's
Extra
great for them.
glasses or something.
They get to like kind of cost things out, get an idea, figure out how to price it. I think it's great. It's great that they're doing that. Other than that, have a wonderful evening. I got my lemonade from the trucks outside, and it is wonderful. So,
Hey, Ryan,
thank you
real
very much.
quick.
Yes.
Two more things on fire. You might have mentioned it at a previous meeting. I noticed that Fire Company 2 is having a boot drive on Saturday, June 3rd, and I also I don't know if you talked about the 100th anniversary.
I think that's the mayor. He's going to be talking about that.
Okay. That's for the mayor. Okay. I was
Okay, you're
thinking
bringing
it
that
was-
I'm the liaison.
Oh, you're the liaison. I thought it was
Okay.
Ryan.
I
Sorry.
won't talk about it.
Sorry.
All right, Councilwoman Russell.
Okay, I don't have as lot as everybody
Are you
else.
gonna
I
talk
agree
about
with
5K?
everybody else. Our first responders, DPW, police, they're really second to none. They're a great group. Couple of dates. Opening day for PV Park is Saturday, May 27th. You can purchase your membership online using Community Pass or go to the Parks and Rec. There is a beach party Saturday, June 17th from 12 to 3. Admission is free for members and non-members. On June 28th, there is a movie, The Goonies, that's a fave. Gates open at 8, $5 per person. There's also a food truck festival Saturday, July 8th from 11 to 5, rain or shine. PV Park members are free, non-members are $8 per person, and that includes the day at the lake.
Yeah.
None of my committees met in the last couple of weeks. The next environmental is on the 10th, and the library meets on the 17th.
That's it?
Oh, I don't have that information right now.
No, it is June, hold on, June 11th.
Thanks, okay. And June 11th is the Rotary 5K. They're looking for sponsors. The sponsorship, you can donate whatever you want. You can get your name on a shirt, and you could also run in it.
I will be there.
Wait, you can
You're
donate?
training.
I will start training.
I thought you were training.
And I'll run with you.
All right.
So there is no fee for sponsors? Donate whatever you want?
No, there's an amount,
Oh, okay.
but it's not
Yeah.
like one amount. It's on a scale.
Okay.
So.
You can also donate the flower baskets and
right.
basically anything,
Right.
for prizes.
All right, thank you, Councilwoman Russell. All right, I got quite a bit of stuff. So Martin Berry House, I went on Sunday, it looks great. Any update on the pickleball court presentation from Frank?
It'll be coming in June.
Okay. I know I've talked about this last year too. The amount of vegetation that is growing over the creek at Hillview Road is tremendous. There's a downed tree in the middle of the river that probably should be removed, but the amount of growth that is going down that stream now is unbelievable. I believe we used to maintain it. I don't know how we maintain it, but it never looked like it looks now.
What street is this, Dave?
Hillview, going down.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, you look
I
down
agree,
that
yeah.
stream, the growth is tremendous that's going into it. Just wondering also if there's any update on the sewer rate study?
Forthcoming.
Okay. Thank you to Pequannock and Pequannock DPW for another great shred day. I mean, I was there an hour before, and I was car number 10.
Yeah.
And there was tons of cars behind me, so that was a great day. And like everyone said, all of us made the Eagle Scout ceremony for Patrick Scianci. Congratulations to him. I attended the Pequannock emergency room ribbon cutting. It's beautiful inside. Hopefully none of you need to visit it, but if you do, it's very well done, the construction. Very nice. Company 1 met May 5th, nothing really going on there. As everyone said, thanks to all of our first responders for being at the horrific call on yesterday morning, May 8th. Hopefully there's no long lastings. I mean, Company 1 sent out an email, Company 2 sent out an email for, there is help if they're struggling with, the accident in the scene. So I was very happy to hear that, both of those. I'm sure the first aid squad did the same. Last thing I have is Happy Mother's Day to all the Pequannock moms. Mother's Day is this Sunday. And keep your fingers crossed for nice weather on Friday night, because Ben's getting married on Friday.
Congratulations, Dad.
Outside ceremony at 5 o'clock till about 5:30ish, and then I don't care what it does after that, so.
My son's getting married. My son's graduating during the day, so.
I'm not really crazy about the 82 number. I would have liked it to be like 70.
I thought you were going to say your daughter-in-law, but thank God it wasn't.
We can't get picky. It's not raining.
I'll take the sun and the heat over rain and coolness. So that's all I have. And let's see, next on the agenda is public comment. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized. Come to the microphone and provide your name for the record. Sharon? No?
Anybody?
All right. All right. Next on the agenda is minutes for approval from April 25th, 2023. Are there any comments on these minutes? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I just got to abstain, right? That was-
Yeah, you have to
Got that,
abstain.
right?
I got that.
We got that.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is closed session discussion. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 2023-123, authorizing the Township Council to meet in executive session to discuss contract negotiations, PPA, and SOA? Is there a motion?
Yes.
Second?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? At this time, we are in, the public portion of the meeting is recessed for closed session.